Hello and welcome to Jim's EV Adventures. I'm Jim and we're going from point A to point B. Today we're going to talk about My Bolt EUV. And the first thing we're going to talk about is this is the first in a series of videos about a problem that I'm having with the Bolt EUV. It all started out on the night of November 9th of this year. I got up the next morning on November 10th and the car would not go into gear. Basically, the symptoms were conditions not ready for shift, and there were a few other minor things that were going on the screen. I got my voltmeter out, tested the battery, and sure enough, the battery, when the car was in the off position, was sitting at about 11.5 volts. Makes sense. I've been doing a lot of things with the car in testing that have basically eaten up the 12-volt battery system. So I simply replaced the battery and took off all the things that I was using to test the car with. And as soon as I did that, I had new symptoms. Those symptoms were no GPS, no Wi-Fi, no Super Cruise, no cruise control, and no OnStar. Now, I know there's some movement out there about disabling OnStar because of all the tracking that they've done in the past, and I understand that, but I didn't do this. I want my OnStar to work. So I immediately made an appointment with the dealership where I bought the car, except I couldn't. Basically, the dealership did not have an available appointment until sometime in December. First failure. That is totally unacceptable. So I made an appointment at a local dealership a little closer to home, one that I've used in the past for a few things like tire rotations, and I made that for November 15th. I took the car in on November 15th. They hooked it up. I already had tested the car. I'd already run diagnostics myself, so I knew what the problem was. But they came back out and said, your telematics control unit has failed, but they don't have the part in stock, and it would be on back order. Second failure. So I told them, I said I would use my extensive knowledge of the General Motors network, and I would find one and have it here as soon as possible. So I did. I got online. I found the part number that they had given me, and I'm going to show you right here. That part number, according to this piece of paperwork, is 851330044. It's right here on this paperwork. Well, I found it at a place in California. I ordered it, and they got ready to ship it. And when they got ready to ship it, they asked me for the VIN number. As soon as I gave them the VIN number for my car, because they have to program it before they release it, they told me this car is not compatible with your Bolt EUV. Third failure. So I am now stuck without a telematics control unit. The OnStar unit is not working. I have tried to make appointments locally. I made an appointment with a second dealership to have them troubleshoot the problem. And they basically have a drop-off system. You drop your car off, and maybe 2 or 3 days later, you'll get a diagnosis and get the car back. I'm going to document all of these dealerships in great detail with names and points of contact. And basically, I am done with the local dealerships here in this area. So as a result of this frustration, 3 dealerships and not able to get the problem resolved, I called Chevrolet. And guess what? When I tried to call Chevrolet, the electric concierge, they're closed. So General Motors, if you're listening to this video, I want you to hear me and hear me well. It is at this point in the process of being frustrated with the runaround from dealerships that you are supposed to be able to control that I'm telling you right now, I will never buy a General Motors product again, ever. Are you listening, General Motors? This system is so frustrating, it makes it not worth it. I love the car. It has run like a top. The car's still running great, but I don't have half of the things that I'm paying for, and that's wrong. So General Motors, you failed. This is part 1. In part 2 and part 3, I'm going to document this thing all the way through, and if it does not get resolved, I am going to be taking legal action. It is that simple. More to come. Y'all have a great night.
Please do remember to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Those actions will promote the channel throughout YouTube, and that is a big help. Ring the notification bell if you want to know when I've uploaded something new. Remember to treat everyone with kindness, put a smile on your face, help someone today, and pay it forward when someone does the same for you. Again, thank you for stopping by, and I will see you all real soon, or somewhere along the route from point A to point B. Take it easy, everybody.